Hello and welcome to another AQA GCSE revision video. In this video we're going to be looking at the first paper in the higher tier of the June 2017 series. Actually this one is May 2017 and we're looking, we're just doing the introduction. So what we're looking at is this great big square that we see that says centre number, candidate number, surname, forename, candidate signature. It's so easily overlooked, especially in the stress of an exam, but I really can't stress enough the importance. If this is already filled in, check that the centre number and candidate number are correct, and make sure that your surname and forename is spelt correct when you sign it. Even if you get maximum points on the paper, you can't be credited a grade if the examiner can't trace the paper back to you. So make sure that this information is right. Okay, so for this exam you're going to need mathematical instruments. And you are not allowed to use a calculator. It's highly advisable that you don't even bring a calculator into the paper. If you did bring it in, just hand it over to the invigilator at the start so that you can't be accused of cheating. However, it's better if you just don't bring it into the exam room at all, because there's always the possibility that the examiner could, or the invigilator could lose the calculator. So just don't take that risk. Don't bring it into the exam room. By mathematical instruments, they usually mean a protractor, a ruler, and a compass. For instructions, it says use black ink or black ballpoint pen, draw diagrams on a pencil. This is important because if you use blue ink, the scanner might not recognise it, and therefore your marks might not be scanned, and therefore they won't be awarded to you. Answer all questions. I would take that one with a pinch of salt. If you find one of the questions difficult, just move on to the next question. Come back to the difficult question if you have time. You must answer the questions in the space provided. Do not write outside the box around each page or on blank pages. Again, that area is the area that tends to be scanned. So if you write outside that area, it might be scanned, but it might not be scanned, and therefore you might not get marked. So it's a good idea to make sure you write only in the area provided. Do all rough work in this book. Cross through any work you don't want to be marked. The important thing is that you can get marked for the working out that you do. So if you don't want it marked, do cross through it, but be careful about crossing through stuff, because you can actually pick up marks even if you get the wrong answer. If in your working out you're on the right track, you can get marks. For information, it says the marks for questions are shown in brackets. The maximum mark for this paper is 80. The time allowed for the paper is 1 hour and 30 minutes, so that's 90 minutes to get 80 marks. So I would budget around about 1 minute per mark, which should give you about 10 minutes at the end of the paper to go back and check your work. You may ask for more answer paper, graph paper and tracing paper. These must be tagged securely to the answer book. Again, the reason's fairly self-evident. If they come apart, they can't be traced back to you and you can't be marked. The advice says in all calculations show clearly how you work out your answer. And that's very important because, as I said, you can get marks for your working out, not just your answer. The only other piece of advice I like to give is make sure you go to the toilet before your exam. You are allowed to go to the toilet during the exam, but you're not given any extra time, and as we just worked out, time means marks. Okay, so we'll pick up in question 1 in the next video. If you're taking your GCSEs this year, I'd like to wish you every success with your revision and every success with your exams, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.